Good morning ish. Good morning-ish. Good after morning. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ashram. My name is Graham D. And I'm joined by the man that we call Baby. See that? Most of it, there was like one fraction of it that I couldn't manage, but I can almost get the full baby in my mouth.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So whatever allergy that you tended to have with the throat and stuff, I feel like I have now. So this morning, driving in, usually blast me tunes, trying to sing a little bit of Blossoms, couldn't reach the high notes. Mortifying.
You have to change to real music then, yeah.
No, yeah. I was having my honey and lemon lockets, and I feel like I'm on the periphery of, if I have a couple more, I probably will end up shitting myself tonight. Because like a laxative,
just help yourself to a couple more. Help yourself to a couple more.
Try to play Gauntlet tonight, and you go, oh no.
Welcome live on Ice Cream Uploads. This is the first episode of The Poop.
Well, if you watch any of the VTs as we was rolling through, there's at least 3 clips of someone farting.
They're all good for different reasons. Like the bride ate, say hello to Cobra's family. Hello, Cobra's family. Leans into the mic and then. And that was a Digimon that farted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but then you get the Bibby one where he's like, oh, nobody. Graham's talking. Nobody can see me. It's like you're on camera, Bib. But and he goes there.
Do you know what? I thought at the time that the article might be on the screen. So I might be able to get away with it.
Absolutely. Lift a cheek.
You got to lift the cheek. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just help it on its way.
Self-implode otherwise.
By the way, if Bibby is getting the lurg, then so be it. Because Bibby, and probably Jack, but Bibby definitely gave me the lurgy at the start of December. So what goes around comes around.
I've genuinely been ill now for about 3.5 weeks. In just like I've not felt 100% in probably about 31 years.
Do you know why that is? Because we're old as fuck.
I know. I said because my boy's in nursery as well. He's just fucking licking carpets and just bringing back everything that comes from nursery.
Just like his dad.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you got to clean the house somehow, haven't you?
How are we doing, everyone? Fauna, ESG, welcome in. Degnan, who dropped in the chat, says, all right, boys, in Iceland, no sound, but Merry Christmas to you lot and the viewers of ICU. Love yous. I asked a question which is not responded to, is in Iceland, are we talking the country or the shop? Because if it's the shop, I could do with a couple of after eights. They're only £1 in there, so if you can get me a couple of boxes, that'd be great.
Like for proper...
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Smash.
I love after eights.
Yeah.
Chicken, the salt and pepper chicken Good John's from there.
Do you know what? Aldi's southern fried chicken chunks or whatever, it's like £1 a bag, £2 a bag, whatever it is, fucking amazing. Like we got some, I was saying this the other day, I don't know if it was when you were on stream or when I was streaming on Wednesday or whatever, but I like cold meaty stuff in the fridge, and most of the like the multi-pack stuff, like you get the mini sausage rolls, the mini chicken southern fried skewered sticky things and shit like that, like it's like a chicken paste that they push together and then cover in breadcrumbs, and it's crap. You're eating it and you know it's crap, but you're like, it tastes a little bit like some fried chicken, so I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we bought some of these chicken bites the other night for me, Danielle, and Chloe wasn't out, so Chloe, like, 1 bag is enough for me and Danielle. 2 bags is enough for me, Danielle, and Chloe to have shitloads.
Yeah.
And because Chloe wasn't there, we just basically had 1 full bag of chicken left over. So we've had some fried chicken in the fridge. Yeah, but like I'm able to go to the fridge and just pick up a bit of meat, eat a bit of meat, but it's actual meat, not like paste that's formed together. So we went shopping yesterday, day before, whenever, to get final Christmas bits. It was yesterday, and we got 2 more bags of that, so I can just have actual meat bits in the fridge.
You got an air fryer yet?
We've had an air fryer for about 18 months. It's too small though. We're talking about this to Mark upstairs. Like, if you're cooking for a family of 3 and you want, say, chicken and chips, there's not enough space for us, so we'd have to do the chips and then do the chicken.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, well, it's actually not that great, is it really, after all? So we'll ditch it and eventually potentially get a big old air fryer, but today is not that day.
Yeah. See, we had a halogen oven that you just put on the side forever, even though we had a proper oven. The halogen one, it's just a little bit nicer. I don't know why. It's just like one of them lamps, you know, that you used to get like Gabbett's Farm that just used to keep everything warm. But the light would blink on for about 30 seconds and then go off, which I think, why is it doing that? That's a bit weird. But it was mint, but we ended up swapping it for an air fryer now. My life has been complete.
Cooking with a torch.
That's what it's like. It's like
6 days later.
Yeah. Has to be glow in the dark one though, just in case.
Smithy, welcome in, dude. Beans, alright. I'm gonna have to open up the chat in my browser because I can't see what any of the emotions. Just like Beans is throwing down either beds, sushi, or money. I can't tell what that is at the end of it. Oh, it's me. It's the ice up lulls. For some reason, I look like a weird bed. Is it a bed?
Where's that just come from?
Fuck knows.
Where has that just come from? Has someone just hidden?
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys get that audio?
Has someone just put a speaker somewhere? That is bizarre.
Okay, someone do another one. Someone do another one. Let's get an exclamation mark alert or an exclamation mark in the studio, not on stream.
It's the TV. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? Oh, at least we know that we can actually hear that. That's good.
Nice. I mean, it doesn't go through the stream. They can just hear it through the microphones in the studio. So
why is it?
It must be audio routing, so it's not being sent to like desktop audio or whatever. It's been sent to
the TV instead. Oh yeah. That's weird because you have to log in on that PC. So I bet it's done it's done an update and just shat itself.
Okay. So Moth is probably not in. I think I added that one myself afterwards. So did we get? I mean, let's try Wes.
Maybe not.
Are you connected with the account? Yeah, okay, fuck off then. Exclamation mark. Where's?
It's the laugh at the end that always tickles me. He's just about to get into it.
And seeing as we've had Wes, no stream would be complete without. Nice.
Go on then, garden.
So, do you know what? We should full on just lean into this. We'll turn the fucking TV up full blast.
Absolutely.
That's how we'll get
as long as they can hear it, job's a good one.
Nice. So yeah, Beans, the musical fruit, scared the shit out of us, and then we pooped. So there you go. Nice. Okay, let me scroll back up and see what we missed. I imagine how confused we'd both look.
I thought, because the boys have been doing the Pokemon stuff down here, that they just like snuck a speaker in somewhere.
I genuinely, that little Sonos speaker that we got from 2K, I thought it might have been that plugged in or something.
Yeah, well, that's over in the corner. I think it's still in his packaging, actually.
Nice. Oh dear, full bibby in your mouth. Well, you know, it's Christmas. Father business. Love those pics yesterday. Oh, did you share the pics of you with the boy?
No, it would have just been like from him being born to 1 year old.
Okay. I thought you were sharing the ones that you were sharing.
No, I don't. I need to ask Samantha. I mean, it's a bit tight in it. That's why it's just a little bit for my own personal collection. Basically, again, I dressed up as Father Christmas and went to Joseph's nursery to go into the classroom that I didn't do on Monday, but the classroom that I did yesterday just so happened to be Joseph's. Even though he wasn't technically in yesterday, we brought him in. So that he could be part of the baby group again, and the babies were terrified. I had a really good ratio from the other one called Full Moons, which is like toddlers. About 3 out of maybe about 20 kids absolutely hated it. Yesterday, pretty much every single one cried. But Joseph, it's the first time he's seen Father Christmas, which I think is pretty cool. Me being the first Father Christmas that he's actually seen made him cry. So he started to warm up towards the end. But yeah, he was bawling his eyes out. So I don't know whether or not I should share them ones because it might seem like a child cruelty. But for me, it was
I love the
hilarious.
fact that you always see those pictures of like scary Santas over the years. Like there's a weird sort of Easter bunny and there's a kid like
Yeah.
Love the fact that you've got one of those pictures with you dressed as Santa as your
Absolutely.
boy. Nice.
It's an incredible picture.
I don't think Tito really liked that story because it still sounds like Cunt's family to me. So
I mean, I am, to be fair.
So I can't remember what that was in relation to, but I'm going to assume that was definitely Cunt's. Oh, okay. Cobra's family. I get you.
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to put it on Twitter, but I'll put it on the stream for you guys instead. So this is on my phone. You should be able to see this. There you go. He is absolutely petrified. So that's one. That's one for the desk, I think.
Nice. That Bridal clip is still my favourite, my all-time favourite clip. What about the one where you snorted beans? What about that one? Wait till you get into your 40s. Hot and spicy Aldi chunks early. I've not tried the hot and spicy ones actually.
I love hot and spicy stuff like that.
Beans doesn't stream anymore, but he used to do at twitch.tv/BeansTV_. Drop him a follow, and if we get enough, maybe we can force a comeback. Well, all I'm going to say is Beans has just moved into a new house, and Beans has a bigger streaming space than he had previously.
Oh my God, the comeback is on.
It would be kind of stupid of Beans to not stream now, right?
I agree.
Right?
Does he still have all of his microphone? I imagine he has his camera.
3 screens and everything. He's
comeback's
built
on.
to be a streamer.
The comeback is definitely on.
It's there. Yeah, I never left. Don't call it a comeback. Yeah, exactly. Let's go, baby. I'm in the office. I mean, it sounded like you fucking were as well. I mean, we just needed the new one. So at least, for anyone here, I'm using that fucking mouse to type on my keyboard. Anyone here, so it does this.
Beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you do.
Beans!
Did you change that the other day?
When I'm at home, it doesn't say beans anymore.
Right.
It goes beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you... And then, a little story time for people. Beans has a little cat called Dory. And Dory, I believe, I could be wrong on this, but scratched or stuck her claws into his ball bag as he was eating an ice cream, and you can hear the pain of being ball bag scratched by a cat, and you can
Don't
also
scratch that in the fucking bury the claws in.
and you can also hear the ice cream as well. So he goes beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you. Oh, you fucking cunt! He's great. So I'm sat there playing, and you just hear, "Oh, you fucking cunt!" So David, within minutes, had clipped it and sent it to me. So the next day, I added it to the beans musical fruit clip.
I love the little backstory because I did notice that it had changed, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, he got attacked by Dory whilst he was
Amazing.
playing. Nice. Sounds like an easy bake oven Steph used to have. I don't remember it. Oh, we got the commands in it. Need to, yeah, morph. No excuse for Beans not to stream. Exactly. Nacho, thank you very much for the raid last night. Nacho, I appreciate that.
Legend.
You caught me as I was like first, like full mid game, kind of distracted all over the place and stuff. But we did get the Nacho command out, so that was like
Great style.
nice. How we diddling? Send me a DM. Nacho, yes. You were going to send me one the other day, so do it now. Lick it good. Send me that DM like you should. Hit me back on Discord or on Slack. Hey! Nice, okay. Someone who loved games, dressed as Santa, is the return of Game Station's Fat Chris. There you go. Not Father Christmas, just Fat Chris.
It's Father Bibmas. I'll have you know. Available on demand. Within the month of December.
Just stream the cat beans, yeah, and the sack. TOS. I prefer the new one. Why is Beans eating ice cream nude? That troubles me more. He's just that big.
Not even in summer.
Like it's
wearing
unavoidable.
shorts, wasn't he? It was just poking out.
I mean, that's why he's called Beans, because you can just see he's got a massive pair of beans. Good morning, gents. Hope the day has been a great one. Well, we're talking about Beans getting cat scratched on his sack, so yeah, it's nice. It was hilarious, the cat. It was literally just mid-game. We were dropping to fucking like Primorsk or Lipovka or wherever on PUBG, and you just hear, fucking cut. Nice. Anyway, we aren't here to talk about Beans' sack. Well, we are, but primarily we're not. That's just a happy secondary. The primary, though, is to talk about video game news. So if you don't know, if you've not been here before, my name is Graham. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream Uploads in a true ice cream fashion. This is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we go live never again in 2022. This is the last time. But we usually do go live at 10 a.m. ish on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. So if you're on the stream, please do feel free to say hi. Drop all the commands and stuff in the chat. Make the TV behind us speak if you want. It's fine. We're used to it now. But it's important that you do get involved in the chat, whether it is just the commands or not, because we do turn the live stream into a podcast. We may be live on Twitch, but we have an on-demand version on YouTube as a video, and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So please do feel free to get involved in the chat with your thoughts and impressions. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions. We want to hear your thoughts and impressions, then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how the whole thing works. So please make sure you do get involved. A couple of reminders. The first Monday of the month, for us at least, is the 9th of January. It's actually the 2nd of January, but you know, it's a bank holiday. We're not going to be back then and all that sort of stuff. So the 9th of January is when the next loot drop will take place. ! Loot drop in the chat if you don't know what that is. But basically, subscribers win prizes, and one person will bag themselves a prize just for being a sub to our channel on that day. So if you are a sub on the 9th at 3 p.m, we might not do it on that specific day, first day back for me and that and stuff, but we will do it that week-ish. And someone will bag themselves a prize.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the sponsors. As you can see on the screens behind us, !Astro if you're interested in some new headsets, !Insert Coin if you want discounts on the best gaming merch, like this shirt. This is an Insert Coin shirt, this PlayStation. You can't see it because there's a microphone in the way, so it just looks like I'm rubbing my nipple, but it's fine. It's okay.
He is taking himself up.
Yeah, PlayStation, nice. And obviously, !GT Mega as well if you want to bag yourself some discount on some cheers.
Yeah.
But now, the video game news, we're going to talk about the fact that a UK watchdog calls on Nintendo to compensate users who bought new Joy-Cons due to drift. So if you've got some new Joy-Cons, Nintendo should give you fucking money back.
Absolutely.
That's the lead story. We'll then talk about High on Life being the biggest third-party launch in Game Pass history.
Outrageous claim.
It is. It's huge. Like, I've seen quite a lot of people on Ice Cream Plus Follows list have played this game. Where did it come from?
I might be way off the mark here, but I heard or might have seen that this is made by the guys who did Rick and Morty. Which is why it has the humour that it does. I could be way off the mark with that. It could have been a completely different game entirely, but I'm fairly certain it was. But again, because of the fact it's on Game Pass and it's a very, very funny game from what I've seen of it. It's a game that I'm definitely going to be playing at some point.
Well, I literally heard nothing about it. Didn't know it was coming. Didn't know if it was announced before. Didn't know if it was just one of those things that popped up. Could have been announced at the Game Awards. It's a play download now. I don't know nothing. Obviously, being ill and having birthday weekends off and stuff like that just came out of nowhere, and it was literally everywhere. Did not. I mean, I knew it had a big cut through. Didn't realise it was the biggest third party launch in Game Pass history, though. So that's huge. But, that's enough about Xbox. We know they're dying, as Tito's just said in the chat. Metro still thinks Game Pass is dying. It's a failed experiment every day. I mean, it is. If anyone knows stories that are legit and true, particularly about video games, it's Metro.
I mean, but Metro always seem to be in the news for stealing everybody else's articles, changing a few words and then reposting them as themselves under a game name called Game Central.
Yeah.
Which is... yes.
Yoink. But anyway, we'll leave the Xbox to die. We'll jump into another story about PlayStation Store has launched its January sale in December. Nice.
Get all that money in early.
You can save yourself up to 75% on some games on the store, and then we will tell you about a game that you can save 100% on right now. Well, you can for the next hour and a half-ish, just less than at the moment. By the time we get through to it, it'll be about 10 minutes left. But it is what it is. For now, though, we'll jump into the first story, as you can see on the screen. Written by Chris Scullion at VGC. UK Watchdog calls on Nintendo to compensate users who bought new Joy-Cons due to drift. Tagline. Oh.
For the last time this year.
Oh.
Do you want to do it?
Go on then. If you want me to.
For the final time this year.
I'm just going to... Because I've been out the studio for so long, I've forgotten which way I go. Is it that way? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's nailed it first time.
Oh, we're going back this way. And we're going back that.
Fuck's sake. I thought you were going to say then, broke it. why isn't it coming back?
I thought we've gone the wrong way. God damn. Okay, there we go.
Boys and their toys.
Nice. You loved to see it. I mean, I loved to see it. Don't know if anyone else loved to see it. Everyone could hate to see it by this point, but I don't care.
He's
it's fine.
Now.
It also demands a no-quibble free replacement service for all drifting Joy-Cons bought since launch. So the UK Consumer Association, which has called on Nintendo to fully compensate users who bought replacement Joy-Cons due to stick drift. Joy-Con drift was a particular issue in the first few years of the Switch's life and led to the analog stick, particularly that on the left Joy-Con, drifting to the side, causing games to register an input and move the player's character even when they aren't moving the stick. While Nintendo insists it's constantly improving the controller to the extent that the problem is far less frequent in new Joy-Cons, there are still many older controllers in active use which can theoretically develop Joy-Con drift at any moment, which is the title of the magazine, not
it's
a question.
Such a stupid name for a company.
It is, yeah. Having a question mark in... Yeah, okay. Anyway, which carried out a lab test to pinpoint the issue, a combination of dust and worn-away contact points, so this has been known for a while due to similar investigations. Following its test, however, Which has now called on Nintendo to commit to 4 key agreements. It has asked Nintendo to, 1, commission an independent investigation into the cause of the Joy-Con drift and make these findings and outcomes publicly available. Yeah, all right then, because they're going to do that, but fair play to it. 2, commit to a no-quibble and free-of-charge repair of replacement of all Joy-Con controllers sold in the UK since launch in 2017 that have since developed drift, even if they're out of warranty. 3, provide, or Provde, as that says, because there's no I there, provide a compensation or refund plan for anyone in the UK who can prove they paid for replacement Joy-Cons as a result of drift. And 4, promote all the above so that everyone affected can be made aware that they can get free replacements, compensation, or refunds. We'll leave it there. It's talking about what Nintendo, blah, 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 and the rest. We don't need to go through that stuff. For now, we'll jump back into the studio.
Yeah.
So, which want Nintendo to stop being a bitch? Instead, Nintendo wants to get rich. And do you know what? I'm going to leave it there. So we'll ditch it alone.
Well done, Graham.
Nice. Thoughts?
I don't think nowadays controllers are built to last. I think they can say that right across the board.
Yeah.
Like my day one PlayStation 5 controller probably lasted like 9 or 10 months before the X and the circle started to get a little bit weird. Like like the square and triangle still feel okay, but those two feel really weird compared to the other two. We were saying before about Mark having an Xbox Elite controller that lasts 18 to 24 months, which for a £200+ controller is outrageous. Like, he should be lasting way more.
He's had his has lasted 18, 24 months though, because Mark is quite handy technologically. He's opened it up and fixed it twice already. Each time, he said, takes about 6 hours. By the time you've stripped it all down, soldered the bits that need to be resoldered, put it all back together, get everything working in the right place, maybe replacing buttons that have worn down or whatever.
Yeah.
6 hours-ish it takes him to do it.
Same thing with my Joy-Con controllers. I ended up buying the Hori split controllers so that they have more real estate on my hands. It's quite a big thing. Again, they've started to get drift into one Joy-Con. So at the moment in time, I'm playing it docked. Whenever I do play my Switch, it's docked, and I'm using a shit £11 pad that I bought from Amazon about 3 years ago that still has perfect control. Like, it's not a £55 pair of Joy-Cons. It's a shit £11 third party Mad Cats. It's not Mad Cats, but you get what I get. You get what I mean. One of those controllers, and that still works flawlessly.
That's because the Joy-Cons have got these tiny little nubbins that are full pressure and motion censored, whereas yours is literally a matchstick into a bit of leftover like pineapple from a cocktail party, which just squashes each way. Nice.
Exactly. So I genuinely don't think controllers nowadays are built to last, because it's an easy thing for you to be able to keep on having to rebuy. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence nowadays that you are getting games bundled in with your controllers. So, like, again, it's what another thing that I failed to mention the other day when we was talking about EA Sports and FIFA being the #1 game at Christmas again. I don't know if you'd seen the deal on Amazon and on Argos. If you spent £60 on a new controller, which is, I think the going rate for a PS5 controller is about £55. For £60, you got the controller and a copy of FIFA in there as well. But they did that with like 2 other games as well. So it's, for me, it's no coincidence that those things are popping up now, because people are going through controllers left, right, and centre.
I mean, how else can you advertise a game? And it's like, tell me this game is stressful as fuck without telling me this game is stressful as fuck. Here's a replacement controller for when you inevitably need the fuck.
But I've still got 2 of my. There might not have been day one PlayStation 2 controllers, but I've still got PlayStation 2 controllers, and that console came out 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And they are. I've got one PlayStation 2 controller upstairs in my drawer that whenever I bring my PS2 in, is there. So if I forget my controller at home, like I tend to do all the fucking time, I've got a spare one in my drawer just in case I need it. Those controllers still work absolutely perfectly. And they have taken an absolute beating over the last 22 years with the amount of games that I played on those.
See, I've been. And this sounds like I'm pitching straight into talking about this article that we have. So the article, we don't have the text on screen, but the article that we're talking about is the fact that Which has urged Nintendo to refund anyone that has had Joy-Con drift, or anyone that has already paid to have their Joy-Con drift sorted out. They should cover the cost of people that have paid, and they should give people new Joy-Cons that have had those issues. And I've never really had problems with controllers. The only problems I've had are the rubber on sticks going, which has been on PlayStation and Xbox and my Scuff controller. So that's kind of a universal sticky thing. not the end of the world. I can still play with my half crumbling sticks, or I can just buy them crappy little cover bits that go over top, which I was going to find.
I used to have them all the time on my Xbox 360 controllers. My 360 controllers are still in perfect condition because I used to buy those little caps that go on the top.
I actually went to like EGX, and there was people giving them out yeah, come back, come. It was like, say it was Custom Controllers stand or something. They had these little things that were advertising to get you to go to their stand, but it was not people that worked for Custom Controllers. It was just agency staff. So they were just going, and they just emptied the hands into like my carrier bag, and I must have literally had about 15 controllers worth of thumbs covers, and I'd probably still be having them at home. It was only, we did an event at the football museum, like PES UK finals or something, and at that point we didn't have our own controllers and stuff. We got them in from PlayStation, and sometimes event controllers are a bit shit, so I was like, I'll bring some of my thing. Anyway, I lost a bunch of them then because I was like, I've got 15 controllers worth of sticks. What do I need them for? I just wish I had some now.
Good.
But beyond sticks crumbling, so I've had that across multiple controllers, across multiple platforms, across multiple generations. That's fine. I've never really had a problem. All through my PlayStation 4, I got the 20th anniversary edition controller for the PS4, for the 20th anniversary edition of Pro Evo, by the way. Controller, the black and gold one for the PS4. Still got that. It was still working perfectly fine. Never had an Xbox controller properly die on me. I've bought like battery packs that you put in the back of an Xbox 360 controller, which have died over time.
They perish well quick. I remember the 360, like you got after like 6 months, you're having to keep it in constantly.
It's like, what's the point in that then?
Exactly. It's my own fault spending £10 on it.
Yeah, so I've had them die, but the controllers I've never had a problem with. The only controller, I mean, I tell a lie, my Scuff one, I've sent my Scuff controller twice back.
PS4 one.
And I've never had a problem with the PS4. The only one that I've had a problem with, and I did see ads say something. I had a Switch day one, never had drift, though. Anyone else? I cleaned mine weekly. Well, I got a Nintendo Switch, and it was 2018, so I don't know how far that was after the launch of the Switch, maybe a year or so. It was when I was going to Argentina for Christmas for the Buenos Aires PES event. So I thought, well, we'll buy the Switch for Christmas and I'll take it a bit early so I've got something to do on the flight. And I went to Smith's, picked up this Switch, came back home, charged it up, turned it on, and there was mega stick drift. So I went through all of the calibration stuff or whatever, didn't fix it, took it back to Smith's and was like, oh, you just need to calibrate it. They went in like, oh, it's not calibrating. Oh, okay, well, we'll have to replace it. So I had a broken stick drift Joy-Con in the box.
Day one.
That they swapped it on day one. And it's, I say, touch wood, it's been fine. I've not really used my Switch that much to say be all and end all that it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's been fine since. But that's the only time I've ever had a day one product that has been faulty kind of thing. And it was a Joy-Con, so which
really put me off getting a Switch Lite, because I do want to upgrade my Switch at some point, because I've had that since its launch in 2017. So obviously the Joy-Cons were going
good point, yeah,
through that, but
Switch Lite, the part of your console.
Yeah, so you can't really replace those. So if that is a serious problem, you're paying £200 for something that you can't actually amend, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's that.
But if you're getting it right in a Switch Lite, then what they're doing so wrong in a
I wonder if it's
Joy-Con.
like form factor, because your £11 controller, obviously I was joking, it's a cocktail stick and a bit of pineapple. It'll be similar sort of mechanisms inside, but I wonder if it's because they've got the space and they've got the rigidity of having a chunky something, a bit of something to hold, whereas your Joy-Con it's like a bit thicker than a card wallet kind of thing, but it's only that wide, so they don't have the facility to clamp stuff down and spread stuff out or whatever. I wonder if it could just be the form factor and the sizing, whereas in a Switch Lite you can move stuff around behind the screens. You're not just having to fit it into like that sort of shape kind of thing. That's obviously a Switch Joy-Con shape for those that can see it.
Because the controller that I've got is shaped like a PlayStation 4 DualShock. That was the £11 one, but I have since obviously bought Power A ones that have like interchangeable Zelda plates or whatever. I think that was like £20, but that's wired. It's a really, really good controller, that, and again for the price it's outrageous. I've just seen ads there saying Switch Lites can't be docked. I know, to be fair, it's very rare that I actually dock my Nintendo Switch. Obviously I've done so recently because of the drift, and I can't really fucking play anything else. So I do play most of my games in my hand anyway. Yeah, it's just really putting off.
I would. So the Switch Lite did grab my attention, but because most of the time, about 95% of the time I'm playing on my Switch, it's gonna be in my hands. but losing that 5% so I can put it on the TV. If a Switch Lite can't be docked, what makes it a Switch? Exactly. You can't take your controllers off and play with someone else. So the Switch was like 3-in-1 console. You've got your handheld console, you've got your docked console on your TV, and then you can take your Joy-Cons off and play with 2 other people. That's why they call it the Switch. Switch up how you play. They realise that Switch people you get that cringy 1-2 Switch game / advert.
Arms as well, that was terrible.
People don't play that shit. People want a good gaming device that they can walk around with and play on the move and play the mates when they're in an airport or on a plane or whatever. And that's what a Switch comes along. So Switch Lite is the modern understanding of Switch. That's Nintendo going, okay, well, we wanted A, B, and C, we got it. Let's just stick with that.
Yeah, I mean, have it. Nintendo nowadays, I mean, they obviously tried with the Wii U. It wasn't all that successful. I feel like if they give it the Wii U another stab now, it probably would be a little bit better because they would have learned from the mistakes, which is obviously why we ended up with the Switch, because it's the portability of having a proper Nintendo console but on the go, which is ideal for those because the amount of Nintendo DS's and 3DS's and Game Boys and all the other collection that they've had in the past, I imagine probably made them a lot more money than maybe not the Wii. The Wii is obviously an anomaly across the board for every single console.
Literally, the slight tangent, the Wii was that much of an anomaly. I worked in a financial services firm, and like, you get your team building or your staff days or whatever. One of our staff days was basically Mario and Sonic the Olympic Games. I don't think it was. I think it was like another Olympic Gamesy sort of thing. And they just hired an events firm to come in with 5 50-inch TVs with Nintendo Wii's attached to them, and then all of the staff were just like, ooh.
That's it. It's games that you can play with your gran, and that's exactly what the target market for that was. Outrageous. Bundling that console in with Wii Sports, it's genius. Genuinely
it probably
a
was
genius.
Wii Sports, thinking about it, that we played.
Because like even Manan still uses hers because you get Manan's still, it's 72 years old. She still does like aerobics and stuff like that. She's
got the Wii balance board thingy. I've got one of those in the loft.
Yeah, I think I probably do. Do you know what I mean? I probably could do with using it, but she's the target market for those consoles was outrageous because it wasn't just you can play Call of Duty on this console. It might not be that good, but to be fair, Resident Evil 4 was probably the best version of Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. Outrageous version of the game, but yeah, they got it insanely right with that. It's an anomaly. I don't think they'll ever be able to capture that again, regardless of what the Switch is doing now. But in terms of a home console, wow! Like
in terms of getting it right, then in terms of the refunds, do you think Nintendo would be getting it right if they offer refunds? Do you feel they should be offering refunds for anyone that's had Joy-Con drift for something that has been there ever present since day one? Do you feel like they should go out of their way to make it easy for people to give money back, or does that open up the floodgates for anyone that just thinks, fuck it, I'll take a new Joy-Con, yeah, please, or whatever? Or is that just a necessary evil that they should accept for taking people for granted for 5 years or something?
Yeah, the consumer side of me obviously wants to side with the consumer and just go, absolutely, give me a new Joy-Con, then I'll be able to play it, then without having to go and buy it myself, I'll be able to play my console on the sofa again, which is great. But I feel like even if they was to, as a good will gesture, that opens up to PlayStation, that opens up for Microsoft, that opens up for anybody else who wants to create a version of a controller for whatever console it is, because they're going, well, Nintendo did it. They've admitted that their Joy-Con, because it's essentially that's what they're doing. If they go, okay, they are a bit shit, we're going to buy some new ones, they are admitting their downfall of, we haven't made a good controller here, and it's going to cost them a ridiculous amount of money.
Should that not be used to beat the likes of PlayStation and Xbox and so on?
I don't think they need to. As much as we always pit them against each other, Nintendo are in their own lane, and they have been for the last 35 years. Like, they don't care about what Microsoft and Sony are doing. They couldn't give two shits. If they did, they would have brought out a new, more powerful console by now to try and stay in the next gen race. But they're not. They don't need to. They've got all of these family games. But if you want good third party titles like Skyrim, like your Wolfensteins, like your Dooms, We've got all of that over here. Like they've got The Witcher available on there as well, which obviously has just received the next gen update. They're not probably asked about that. You know what I mean? They might have updated it a little bit.
We don't even have enough space on screen to call him Geralt of Rivia. It's just Geralt of Rivy G.
So they genuinely don't care about what anyone else is doing. They're more than happy with the business model that they've got, the fan base that they've got, the reputation that they've got, and that's that. They don't need to be asked about having a goodwill gesture from anybody else or trying to stay in the race. They will bring out a brand new console whenever they're ready. I don't think it's going to be a hybrid this time round. I think it's either going to be a fully fledged handheld, or I think it's going to be a fully fledged home console. If I'm going to put my hat in any of those rings, I think it's going to be a handheld console. I feel like they own too much of the market share for them to just disband it, especially with the likes of the Logitech G Cloud, which I do actually want to play at some point. Now I have my Razer Kishi doing bits on my controller on my phone. I actually want a good cloud streaming platform. Then obviously comes into the conversation the Steam Deck as well. So you have all of these.
I'm intrigued to see where that goes. We've got Steam Deck, looks badass. We've got your Razer Kishis and your Backbones, which are your mobile phone amalgamation devices. Then you've got the Logitech Cloud, which is kind of
an Echo.
The same thing. Echo.
Who's the Echo? Who's the Echo? Is it me or G? I don't know where this is.
Hi.
I thought we'd end up sorting this. It's so weird that it just
starts. It's like a driver just goes to sleep and comes back and Bibby's echoing. Bibby Echo. It's weird. Like, so we've got all of these devices that are doing similar things. I'm interested to see whether Nintendo will still keep market domination there, because and not only that, will Nintendo keep market domination? Something's gonna give. Something has to give. There's no way we can have Logitech and Razer and what was the other one? There was another brand that had something recently. I can't remember. Anyway, Logitech, Razer, Backbone, the Steam Deck, and the Switch. There's no way you can have all of those fighting for the same market. Plus, Xbox have their cloud stuff, obviously embedded in with the Logitech device. I am interested to see whether it will just be a case of the Razers and stuff get pushed out of the market again. Just in place of you look confused there.
No, I'm just I was waiting for you to finish talking to see whether or not that's actually changed anything. I've just reset it from my side, so hopefully there is
echoes or not.
Yes, Adam, I still have the Wii. It's in my setup still.
Better now. It's fucking annoying that. Like, literally the driver just going, oh shit, fuck, reset. And Bibby's like, go.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought we'd end up sorting it now by like splitting out the audio rather than going through one USB bus, but apparently not.
It's got to be like something digital side kind of thingy then. Fuckers. Okay, let me scroll back up. From here, did Nintendo 64 controllers have magnetic potentiometers which didn't ever have drift, as they never wore? Seems odd we've gone backwards. And then we get talk shows on mute and says N64 analogs were terrible. They crumbled after a while. That's why they went back. I'm going to say I do remember N64. I mean, I didn't have an N64, but I do remember I always got gifted the one where the stick looks like, wow, we all know now, boys. The stick was like a bit limp.
Willy.
Yeah, exactly. Whiskey Willy sticks. The issue is the potentiometer is a plastic wiper that measures the voltage resistance or something. The more you use it, the surface wears. Yeah, there was like conversations. I think we had an early scoop on that, and there was conversations about like whether that could be lubed or does the lube dry off and use off or whatever. Nice. So yeah, I don't think there was an answer to that, or there wasn't back then anyway. I went through N64 pads, through 3 N64 pads, bought one from a third party. It seemed better. To be fair, my Xbox controllers never have drift. I play FIFA. They never last that long. Whee! From my experience, PS3 was the worst. I never had an issue with the PS3. But then again, most gens I've not had. If every company had paid the extra 15p per 1,000 pieces, they could have used joysticks that use magnets so they don't touch, so don't wear out due to friction. There you go. There's your solution.
Yeah, but don't. And this is going to sound stupid now. I was never the most brightest person in science, and apparently English as well. But don't magnets wear after a while?
I don't think so. I don't think they do. I think they do if they're touching. But if you get that sort of like magnetic resistance kind of thing and they're not actually touching, then I think it's fine. I wonder if it's a packaging issue. Switch lights or for the switches. I mean, it could be, but it seemed pretty fine, seemed pretty well packed in that sort of sense. I think it's more of a manufacturing issue myself. Oh no, we've gone past this bit. We've gone past it. That's the if a Switch is light can't be docked, what makes it Switch? Okay, I saw Switch Lite selling for 120 quid.
It's a very good price. That
Yeah.
it's genuinely an outrageous price
It
because
is.
you have all the first party and third party stuff.
I mean,
the collection is wild.
The game still costs you 50, 60, 70 quid to get, but even still, 120 quid for a platform that does deliver you Doom Eternal and The Witcher and Fortnite and Rocket League and like proper top level multi-platform games for 120 quid. It's a bargain, is that?
Absolute steal. I mean, the games are still outrageously expensive. I keep on saying outrageous. I need to stop saying that. It's so ingrained into my
It's outrageous the amount of times that you've said it. You say it outrageously too often.
But Facebook Marketplace is a very, very good way of being able to collect Nintendo games because I don't think people either don't understand the value or just not asked.
Oh, do you know what? Facebook Marketplace, it depends on what calibre of Egypt you have near you. So I went on, so when I was talking to you the other week, I was like, I need a copy of Black Ops Cold War for the PlayStation. I just need to put it into my PlayStation so that my PlayStation goes, oh, you've got Black Ops Cold War. Oh, fuck yeah, here's all these COD points that you can put into your account. Activates them and then that's it. Nice. So I thought, I'll see if I can pick one up. Fucking, it's 2 games back now or whatever. We had Vanguard. So yeah, Modern Warfare 2, Vanguard, Black Ops Cold War. Okay, it's PS4 game. It can't be that much. 20, 30 quid fucking people wanting for this game. I'm like, 20, 30 quid. And people must just log on and see, oh, there's loads of them for 20, 30 quid. That must be the going price. It's like, no, they're all 20, 30 quid because no one's buying the fuckers. Yeah. 5 quid, 10 quid. 10 quid at a push. I'd have gone, yeah, do you know what? It's 15 quid's worth of currency. Fine, I'll do that. But
I wonder if I have it on my console. Because I'll be able to give you my username and login on your side. I can't remember if it's one that I've ever had. I'll find out when I go upstairs.
Go upstairs, yeah, download it, and then I'll log in. Bosh, job's good and nice.
I'll see what the crack is. I'm fairly certain I've had like the last 5 iterations of COD. Whether or not I've ploughed a ton of hours into it, I don't know. But I'll have a look on my account.
Well, I missed out on Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War. They were the only 2 I didn't get. But yeah, anyway, okay, catching up. BB Echo, sorted now. Heat and extremely high force hits weaken chip magnets, but rare earth, it's just heat. I don't know. As David just like Laura Ipsum does with the science bot or something?
I think so.
Nice. Okay, we'll move ahead. I can't find my mouse though. Where is it? Literally one screen. Why can't I find it? There it's got. Nice. So the next story, full screen.
Game library. There we go.
Nice. So the next story we're going to jump into is written by Shubhankar Parijat at Gaming Bolt. It says, High on Life is the biggest third-party launch in Xbox Game Pass history. It's also the biggest Xbox Game Pass launch of 2022, as well as the service's biggest ever single-player game launch. That is mad.
I do have it. Download to console.
Oh, beautiful.
So I'll give you my username and password because it'll take forever to download in there.
Yeah.
You can do over a weekend.
Yeah, I'll be leaving pretty much as soon as we're done off this as well, so there's goodness. Shubhankar Parijat at Game Bolt has this article, which is actually madness, because you think, talking about first person, I mean, no, single player game, should I say. Gears 5 launched day and date on Xbox Game Pass. Did Halo launch day and date on Xbox Game Pass? Mm-hmm. But did Halo class as a single player launch because it had multiplayer elements in it or not?
I don't know. I mean, this is based on third party.
Yeah, but like that. So this is the biggest third-party launch in Game Pass history. But the tagline is also the biggest Xbox Game Pass launch of 2022, as well as the service's biggest ever single-player game launch.
Yeah. Oh, so it's combining them both for that.
I imagine so, unless that's badly written. And if it is, then Shubhankar, mate, I'm sorry, you're right. Because if it is all games single player that have been on Xbox Game Pass, surely that includes Halo and Gears of War, unless they're not factoring those in because they have multiplayer elements. I don't know. We'll see if it says in the article, because if it is them all, that is huge. But since its launch last week, High on Life has seen a sudden and surprising explosion in popularity. And in recent days, it's become clear that the first-person shooter's mixed critical reception hasn't had too much of an impact on the game's impact in terms of sheer numbers of players it has attracted. Microsoft has now made an announcement that gives further indication of that. So it had a mixed critical reception as well. How is it fucking doing this? So, as announced via a post on Xbox Wire, High on Life's day and date launch on Game Pass has clearly paid off for developer Squanch Games, with the shooter enjoying the biggest launch for a game on the service in 2022. More significantly, it's also the biggest ever Game Pass for a... I'm guessing that must be launch for a third-party game, as well as the biggest ever Game Pass launch for an exclusively single-player title. Okay, so that's why it's not putting it against anything else like that. Microsoft says that's based on player engagement in terms of the number of hours played in the first 5 days of the game's release. Just going to stop there for a second. This is clearly what Metro was talking about. Microsoft duking the stats to make it sound like people actually use that tired, crappy service, honestly. So, the biggest Game Pass launch ever for an exclusively single-player title. Fuck's sake, Microsoft, do anything to make it sound like people are using your titles.
I mean, to be fair, I'm happy with the way that they have broken it down, though, in terms of it's just hours played, not people downloaded and then played the tutorial the first 10 minutes. They might have gone, okay, people who played for 3 hours or more. I always feel like that's a much better judge of how many people are enjoying a game. If they can get past the first couple of hours and are continuing to play it, I always think that is the stat that should take, not how many people have downloaded the game.
Yeah.
Because I can download the game but never play it. Do you know what I mean? On my PC at home, I could download this game on my Game Pass.
All right, Graham, settle down.
I can download it and then just never play it.
Download's finished. What should we do?
Play PUBG.
Nice.
Got dailies to do, bitch.
But yeah, anyway, that was logical, babe. I don't care for your logic. I'm too busy trying to take the piss out of Game Pass right now. Do you mind? God,
sorry,
damn.
Graham.
Anyway, quote, this was our first time launching a game with Game Pass, and we've been blown away by the response from the players who've made us the most popular game on Game Pass right now, said Mike Fridley, studio director and COO of Squanch Games. When Squanch Games was first created, it was to make the games we wanted to play, and Game Pass is helping us reach the players that want to play those games too. High on Life is an incredibly unique title that we've been excited about for a long time, said Matt Percy, general manager of content planning at Xbox. It's fantastic to see so many Game Pass members jump into it at launch to experience Squanch's story for themselves ahead of the holidays. Okay, we'll leave it there. So yeah, High on Life is quite high on life from the sounds of it. Big news. Anyone played it? I did watch a little bit of Big Ham playing it. I saw TSM Break was playing it the other day. Anyone else tried it? Anyone else gonna try it? Now it's on Game Pass, like making mediocre records that have been shoehorned in to justify the service. God damn.
Yeah, I'm interested. This is definitely a game that I do want to play. I feel like this has definitely benefited from the Rick and Morty crowd. Like, it's from the minds of Rick and Morty. Yeah, as confirmed by someone in the chat. I think it was Tito.
It was a little bit further.
Yeah, it's the creator and the voice talent of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So because of how popular Rick and Morty is, and this might mortify some people, but I've never watched an episode of Rick and Morty.
Same. I've seen bits here and there, like clips, memes and stuff, but never watched it either.
People say it's absolutely hilarious, but people say that about Always Sunny in Philadelphia as well. Never watched that.
I've watched a few episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I thought, oh, that was all right. Well, I'll put that on if I ever need something to watch when I don't have anything to watch. Yeah. And I've never watched it again. So I understand that Rick and Morty is absolutely massive, and if the creators of that and the minds of that are creating a video game, the people who are mad Rick and Morty fans are going to be like, yeah, I'm definitely giving this a go then, because it'll share the same humour, which from what I've seen absolutely does. So I think that's definitely gone in there. Yeah, I think it's definitely gone in their favour, that, because the reason I had a stumbling block then is because of the mixed reception that apparently it's received. I haven't checked a Metacritic score, I haven't seen what people have been saying about it, so the gameplay could be horrible, but then the humour's the thing that keeps on making people play it later down the line. Do you know, when I saw it, I thought it gave me vibes of South Park on PS1. Like, you've got like just a hand in the corner of the screen because it's first person. You've got an animated sort of almost Monsters Inc. style world that you're mooching around. So I thought, maybe it's what was the game? There was a game on Game Pass last year that people were talking about Game of the Year sort of contenders. I remember watching Fixer play it. And I was just like, it probably is a good game, but visually, I'm not sure it resonates enough for me. So anyway, I saw Ham and TSM Break playing it, and literally my first impression was visually, it's cartoony. Am I really gonna get it? But then hearing the swearing and the innuendo and stuff coming from the fucking guns of all things, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is.
As Samantha was pissing herself because I sent her a clip of it, and I don't know if it's the same clip that you might have seen, but it was on Twitter, and it's of, I think it's the tutorial, and you just get landed somewhere, and it's like, you need to pull the trigger, man, you need to pull the trigger, and then someone doesn't, but he keeps on saying like different things for you to be able to like press the RT button, and then no one does, and then so whoever it is that's playing it presses the pause button, so then it obviously goes silent, and then when you unpause it goes, not that fucking button, man, everyone knows what the pause button does. Like that kind of thing. It's amazing. Echo is back again. This computer is shit in itself.
Echo's back again. Alright. While Bibby's doing that, I'll wrap this up. So High on Life is the biggest third-party launch in Game Pass history. Presumably, multiple things. I mean, it's free, which is nice. It's made by the co-creators of Rick and Morty, which have obviously huge audiences across multiple media formats. Plus the fact that we're into holiday season as well. They've probably like perfect storm. That's a phrase we use pretty often when we talk about this sort of stuff, but perfect stormed it into being massive. And then we just got the Rolling Stone effect before Christmas. Everything that is big for Christmas is already out. Everyone that has already got that wants to play Call of Duty, that wants to play FIFA and anything else has already got those games, or they've already been bought and they're under the tree. This is something that people can play in this 2-week window until we start to get the post-Christmas content. So it was perfectly timed. If Squanch Games meant that, then well played. If they didn't, then well played. Nice.
See if that makes a difference.
Never watched Rick and Morty. Reported and unfollowed for offensive content. See you chaps, it's been a wild ride. Do you know what? Rick and Morty, I know is something I will enjoy because people like John Edwards works at PlayStation. It's a very similar sense. What the fuck?
This is fucking going to set on fire in a minute.
We have very similar sense of humour, and he loves Rick and Morty. It's not a case of, Rick and Morty is one of those things, you hear me say this pretty often, there's a lot of things that I don't not watch, but I just haven't seen. So that could be films from certain parts of certain eras of time or whatever. We were having this conversation about something. Oh, Dogma. So basically anything Tito's watched, I've not seen. But it's one of those things that I know that I probably would like, but when it comes down to when you finally get 2 hours to sit there, it's not the first thing you see on Netflix, so it's not what you go straight into. So yeah, it's just one of the. Graham's waiting for the PUBG crossover. Yeah, exactly. If they got off their lazy asses and stopped throwing their money at that dead Game Pass where they have to win like best exclusively single player game, what the fuck? Nah. Yeah. So
see, I love comedy. I would much rather watch something that's based around comedy than it is like action or thriller or something like that. I like to laugh, so the humor has to hit. So if the humor doesn't hit, then it falls flat, and then I don't want it. Like, everybody's humor is completely different, whether or not it's dark or it's very slapstick or something like that. Like, a lot of people don't like Father Ted. Like, Samantha fucking hates Father Ted, but I genuinely think that is one of the funniest things. You could watch it now. It's 25 years old and it's still fucking hilarious. Far away. Like,
you're racist now, Father.
That's one of my favourite clips ever. I can't dedicate my time to the full racism. It's fucking brilliant. Like, absolutely love it. But if something's trying to be too funny or it doesn't resonate with me, then obviously you won't continue playing the game. Like, it needs to hit, and if it doesn't, then It's very difficult to be able to have comedy that is right the way across the spectrum. Like Step Brothers, I feel like everyone likes Step Brothers. I haven't met someone who hasn't watched that film and not liked it. But that's very difficult to be able to try and get across all different senses of humour.
Phony just really offensively has just shouted at me to drink. Fuck's sake. Wow,
the Father Ted women's underwear episode. Yeah, that's a Christmas special anyway, where all the vicars end up getting stuck in like M&S or something. It's fantastic. It's unbelievable.
Drink, feck, girls, arse, nuns.
It's a legitimate, like, that and Phoenix Nights, I think, are two of my favourite.
I thought Step Brothers was a bit meh, to be honest.
He's put the ... so I don't believe him. I don't believe it.
P Honey, if you please. Sorry, P Honey, a steroid. Sorry, my bad. What did we get to? Too busy doing schoolgirl emotes. Are you? Well, you know, whatever floats your boat, Tito. Nice. He's not joking.
He is joking. He is joking. I don't believe him.
Ooh.
Hi, Swoosh, by the way. I don't know if we said hello to you before. But to be fair, if you're not agreeing, then I wish you'd leave.
Phoenix Nights can get in the bin too. Do you know what?
Why are we friends?
Phoenix Nights is something that I've not really watched. So when I get people like Bib and Jamie in the office who'll make Phoenix Nights references, I know some Max and Paddy references, but Phoenix Nights, never really watched. So
And Dennis comes up with a few every now and again. Like, he's like a proper dark horse. Like, it just pop up with one of them, leave me and Jane bits. But yeah, Phoenix Nights is absolutely fantastic.
I wasn't a fan of Elf, but I had a terrible date watching. You went on a date to watch Elf?
That's fantastic.
Good lad, Tito. Nice. Which might have affected my opinion. Elf is one of my favourite Christmas movies. So we were talking about this.
Do you have one?
Was it upstairs? I don't have one. I have a bunch. Elf, Home Alone 1 and 2, because there's only 2 Home Alone films, obviously. Die Hard, Scrooged, and then you'll probably say something about, oh, fuck yeah, that as well. But yeah, Die Hard, obviously. Let's go, Tito. Let's go. We're talking about Die Hard last night. I started a stream with Christmas and Hollis by Run DMC yesterday because that's played in Die Hard. Nice.
You watched what?
Started the stream off playing Christmas in Hollis. Run
Oh,
DMC
right, yeah, it's an
track.
absolute banger.
Yeah.
Have you seen... Oh, God.
I genuinely thought you were going to fart then. Have you seen him?
It's the film with Seth Rogen in and Anthony Mackie. It was a Christmas film. It's called The Last Christmas. I can't remember what it's called, but that is a film and a half. That's a brilliant Christmas film if you've not watched it. Oh, what's it called? Me and Samantha watched that one every Christmas. Well, it's been out like 5 years.
Get over the grass, man. Now I have grass-coloured walls too.
Seth Rogen, Anthony.
Before?
The Night Before, that's it. The Night Before, that is a sensational Christmas film.
Not seen it.
But I love Seth Rogen, mate. I don't think I've ever watched anything where I think like that's a shit film.
Do you know what? I can do a half decent Seth Rogen laugh impression.
Oh my God, please do it now.
No, I'm not going to, because I need to finish this quote. I can do a half decent. I mean, I can't do it right now anyway. Half decent. When I say that, half decent is probably over-egging it, but it's not bad. However, Seth Rogen's laugh is one of those things that you have to hear to be able to copy
Absolutely.
it. Because you think in your head, like you go like,
I can't believe you just baited this.
No,
like,
you got super excited.
I did. You see my eyes like, oh, I thought I'd just come down to an N64 at Christmas. Like, fucking hell.
But it was, I had this like realization. There was someone I was watching the other day, or maybe the other week, and he was laughing, and I did his laugh kind of thing. And then like it was the day later in the car or something. Just randomly came to mind. I was like, how the fuck does he laugh again? Because in my brain I'm thinking I can do a sex. Nice. I can do the sex. I can do the Seth Rogen laugh, and then ended up sounding more like
the Jimmy Carr.
Yeah. so I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah, he's well out of it. Like, it made me piss when they said that they were going to cast him as Donkey Kong in the thingy movie, and then someone changed his laugh at the end of it. It's fantastic. But yeah, like if you watch The Night Before, it's a great Christmas film.
Muppets Christmas Carol is my favourite, says Funny. You said that last night as well.
I haven't seen that.
I've not seen it for years. Muppets, I don't know, maybe tween age. I was too young for it. Not young enough and not old enough to appreciate it. So I was just kind of like, whatever. I watch Muppets films at Christmas. I watch Die Hard instead because I'm 8. So yeah, it never really. I'll watch it, but if we're going Christmas Carol, then I'll watch Scrooged, because Scrooged is obviously the Christmas Carol, but
The Christmas Chronicles is good, you know.
it's a good film. Christmas Carol 2 is shit.
I'd never watched
No,
them.
he's shit.
And
No,
the second
he's
one
shit.
until
No.
last week.
He's shit.
Yeah, he's got the guy in from Deadpool, isn't it? The villain, the Aussie guy. He's in Deadpool 2.
I can't remember it. Yeah, the one that was like the elf thing.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is he?
I don't know, but
'Cause
Samantha said he's a terrible actor.
I was about to say, because he is the shittest actor I have ever seen, and he was in Deadpool and Christmas Chronicles 2, and I'm like, who the he's got to be like I don't know, I can't.
Someone famous' son.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more like shit example, but go back 10 years, James Corden as Smithy massively famous in the UK, doing things with the England squad or whatever. The rest of the world, no idea who this weird dude is. And I bet he's like that, but from down under kind of thing. Because he has to be, because he's shit. He has no charisma. He looks fucking weird. And no. Spielberg's son or something. Is he?
No. Spielberg's not an Aussie, is he?
Good eye, mate.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to think of other Christmas films that I actually like. Bad Santa, I love that one. The second one, shit, don't watch that. Classic. I always watch something called Where the Fuck is Santa? It's a Bam Margera film from way back when in like 2008. So like Ryan Dunn's still alive and Jimmy Pop from Bloodhound Gang, he's in it as well.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but podcasters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So that's always a nice one to watch. But
Ernest Saves Christmas. That's a quality film as well. Not seen that for a million years. It's not actually a quality film. It's probably really bad. And if I watched it now, I'd probably be disappointed. But do you know when you get like, I say when you get like 50 years ago when it was the 90s, when you'd get like a couple of videos for Christmas and they're like the only two videos you have plus the other ones that you watched, so you watch them over and over again. It was Homeward Bound and Ernest Saves Christmas. They weren't even mine. Like maybe Homeward Bound was mine, I can't remember, but Ernest was my cousin's. So we just watched Homeward Bound and then Ernest Saves Christmas and then Homeward Bound and then Ernest Saves Christmas kind of thing over and over again.
There was obviously Jingle All the Way. Love that film.
Quality film. Yes. See, there you go. I want to say you mentioned stuff that would get added to me. Yeah, that's an amazing film.
And then there was a BBC programme. It was a BBC film. It's only like an hour long, and I can't remember what it's called. But it's got Stephen Merchant in
and his Asian
Chowdhury.
next door neighbour. Aston
Chowdhury. The guy from Crux FM.
Do you know? Only watched that last Christmas for the first time because it was on Netflix. Exceptional.
It's just Jingle All the Way.
It is,
but in Britain, it's amazing.
Why do all Santa movies have old-fashioned toys, not any consoles or phones?
Well, in The Night Before, which is made in 2015. They go back and play an N64, play GoldenEye.
I don't believe it.
I believe it.
I don't believe it. Echo is back.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Echo's back. Back again.
Show me the front of your mic for a sec. Yours is on 2. Yeah, mine's exactly the same settings.
God damn it.
Maximum echo.
Maximum echo. Okay, let me jump back up. He's definitely got dirt on someone. He has. He's crap. I mean, Christmas Chronicles is an exceptionally good modern Christmas film. Like, in terms of... Like, it's difficult to do Christmas films these days because technology makes a lot of the stuff that made stuff magical back in the day be irrelevant. Oh, I wonder where my family are at Christmas. Find my friends. Oh, they're just down the road. Nice. Or whatever. But, like, it manages to forget most of that stuff and it's really good. Christmas Chronicles 2 was just... It was garbage. It was not good. It was not good. It's not garbage. It's just... average, whereas Christmas Chronicles was a great Christmas film.
Do you not think Goldie Hawn looks exactly how she did at the end of Death Becomes Her?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
After she's had all the work has started to fade.
Yeah, exactly. He was in Godzilla vs Kong too. He definitely got someone. Bibby's sexy voice keeps breaking the mic. Fuck's sake, Bib.
I know.
God damn it, Bib. Do you know what? We'll start to pick up the pace. Full screen. Full screen. Full screen.
Sorry.
Full screen.
Full screen.
Thanks, Bib. Nice. Okay, we're moving ahead. We'll pick up the pace now. We'll wrap things up because we only have 39 minutes of the next story being relevant, so we have to get through this one. So the next story is written by Tom Ivan at VGC, and it says PlayStation Store has launched its January sale in December with savings of up to 75%. The marketplace's biggest promotion of the year includes discounts on thousands of titles. So Sony has launched the PlayStation Store's January sale. According to the platform holder, players can save up to 70% on games and DLC in the largest promotion of 2022. Over 3,000 products being discounted, including high-profile games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, FIFA 23, Elden Ring, the West and Gotham Knights.
I think Elden Ring's like 30 quid. I did have a look at some of them this morning.
It's not a bad price. It's not a bad price. I mean, it probably could have been cheaper throughout the year for all I know. But for the digital version, it's not a bad price. So the sale is running until January the 6th with the lineup of discounted products set to be refreshed on January the 4th. Until December 23rd, Sony is also offering new or returning PS Plus members up to 50% off 12-month subscriptions. Oh, okay. New or returning. It's not available to existing members. Well, shithouses.
Yeah, mine. I pay monthly for mine, so I'm going to actually see when mine runs out, and then I just won't turn on auto renew and then get 50% off 12 months.
Bargain.
Outrageous.
December's PS Plus catalogue classics were released on Tuesday. Nice. This month's in. Do you know, we're not.
Yeah, we don't
not
need to
about
go
that.
through all of that.
Nice.
Shite.
So PS Plus, PS Store, should I say, sale taking place now until January 6th with a refresh of content on January the 4th, up to 75% off major titles. So if you're after Modern Warfare, if you want to be like West and get, I think he's, well, West. Oh, he's still here. He said Echo is back just a couple of minutes ago. West was saying the other night, he's got like, are you on like 27 platinums or something, platinum weapon skins like in game already, which basically means that West has neglected his family a lot.
Family being you guys who are playing PUBG.
Yeah, and his family as well.
Okay.
So all of us.
He bought a shed just to be able to neglect his family. He's got a workshop in there apparently.
We need the gaming Nacho like. Shed. I mean, my shed. He's got a shed. Sweaty West. Exactly. It's ridiculous. It's like we're chatting to him early on. He's like, yeah, I've got a bunch of gold skins, and now he's like platinum them all. God damn it. But yeah, if you want to be like West and get yourself Modern Warfare, then you can on PlayStation. If you've got an Xbox, then you know you could get yourself a superior system and get it on PlayStation. Anyone gonna buy it? No.
Tito left in it.
Yeah, get him
Tito
out.
left.
Get him out. Get him
Because
out.
we're not much Rick and Morty. So
Yeah, I mean, he's,
the only Xbox fan here.
Tito did leave, but Ted Nott dropped in just after. So that's nice.
With his new green wall.
Yeah.
Mint.
Touch grass. Lotus keeps on full on ribbing him because did you see the picture they put in the Discord?
I did.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know whether you were aware of it.
No,
or
I
not.
did after you mentioned it this morning.
There you go. So nice. Yeah, okay. We'll move ahead. PlayStation have got a big sale, but do you know what? Epic Games have got an even bigger sale.
It's Ted Ho Ho.
It's Ted Ho Ho, actually. I did see that in the Discord.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Love that.
So yeah, I'm gonna cough. BRB.
Cough.
So yeah, Epic Games, as you'll have seen from us for the past few days, are giving away free games every day.
Yep.
Not Free Game Friday, but Free Game Day.
Yep.
So the current free game is Lego Builder's Journey, which I actually did redeem. Yesterday it was Wolfenstein's New Order, which I wanted to redeem and didn't redeem.
Right, okay. Well, we didn't do a scoop yesterday, so I didn't know whether or not you'd remember.
No
chance was there.
So it's your fault.
I agree.
Basically, it's Joseph's fault. How dare he be born? Yeah, I'm going to send Santa back around again. Fuck, I just thought it was
If you'd just stayed in there for 6 more weeks.
Like you should have done. Christmas would have been lovely. God. So yeah, today's Lego Builder's Journey.
Christmas?
If you want some Lego fun times on PC, then do feel free to grab it. You do not, as I found out the other day, need to have the launcher installed. You can just do it with an Epic Games account through the browser. So if you want Lego Builder's Journey, just go to your Epic Games Store online, redeem it. Bosh, but you only have 35 minutes to do so because the game will update at 4 o'clock and there will be something else that's going to be free. So if you want anything, get it. Ted mow the grass. Ban P Honey. Sorry, P Honey, you're out of here. Oh, he's gone.
He's out here.
That's awkward. Goodbye, Mr. A Steroid. Nice. Anyway, that's the news. Give you a little bit of a recap. Which, as in which with a question mark at the end. Which? What? Get rolled?
Yes.
Yes, nice. WHICH, which has said that Watchdog, no, they are the Watchdog. They've said that Nintendo should give people money back for dodgy Joy-Cons. Nintendo probably won't because, you know, I could say Bibby should bring us all cakes and biscuits like he promised the other day.
There was no promises. There was a large intention that I would do.
There was definitive promises there. There was definitive. Speaking of that, someone's typed OP3. Is Precision in the chat?
Is he here? Have we had a raid and we haven't seen it or something? Oh, guide the raid. Okay, guide the raid. We can do that. That's not a problem.
OP3 did drop in the stream last night and did say, I want Quality Street comparisons. I want the biscuit.
Well, I can do that.
Tub comparisons.
We can go through Roses and Quality Street. I mean, the order still hasn't changed.
To be fair, he didn't say the Quality Street. I'm just adding this on.
Tier 9 is Celebrations. They remain at the very bottom.
I had it on Tier 7, but if we're having 2 more tiers, then I'll push it down a couple more. That's fine. So yeah,
Swizzles was the one that I mentioned the other day. The box of Swizzles. Swizzle Sweets. They're immediately above Celebrations.
It's not chocolate though. If it's sweets,
I love sweets. I'm a toffees over chocolate guy.
I'm a chocolate over.
I get me a massive tub of.
See that's your absolute man coming out there because when you said toffees, it was like no because. Toffees is toffee, not sweets. Would you like a sweetie?
Would you like a sweetie?
Bring back the coffee one in Rose's swoosh. You are a beautiful, beautiful man. I had to ask this question the other day because if you missed it, we basically had 30 minutes talking about celebrations being shit and all the others being better.
Confirmed.
And that's like an epiphany for me because the bounty going was like the straw that brought the camel's back that made me realise just how shit. Like, do you know when you're in a toxic relationship and you don't realise, and then when you're out of it and you realise how bad it actually was for you? That was me in celebrations until this year. I realised how crap they were. For years, Danielle's been going, they're shit, them. And I'm like, nah, but you get...
As you're going for your 400th bounty, 400th Milky Way.
Yeah, fucking 72 Mars bars sat there staring at you like,
no
where
one's
next?
having that. I just walking through as now, just fucking volleying big tubs of celebrations down the aisles. Like, fuck.
Oh, come on, the mini Maltesers are elite. First of all, do not disrespect Maltesers teasers.
The mini Maltesers.
Get their names. Get their names right. They are actually fit. I love Maltesers teasers.
Yeah, they're doing buttons as well, don't they? Which is great.
Yeah, like little flat jobbies. Yeah. We had some like orange flavoured ones in the vending machine, like orange chocolate. Yeah, my bad. I humbly apologise. I mean, you were right though. The Malteser teasers are fit. They are fit. But as we went through the other day, I won't go through it all now. The celebrations options are either shit or crap versions of their larger selves. And when you actually, if you eat a Twix and a celebrations Twix, if you just got a bit of a Twix and a celebrations Twix, the bit of the Twix would taste better than the fucking celebrations. Long story short, the crap get to fuck. So because of that, rewind it back to the chat where Swoosh says bring back the coffee one in roses. I haven't bought roses for that long because I've been eating crap that I didn't even know the coffee ones were no longer in roses. I used to like, there'd be just this pile of coffee ones left at the end that I'd be like, I'll take all them then.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Coffee rebels, do you know what I mean?
Oh, smash.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Amen. Just watched that stream yesterday. I don't like the bounty anyway, so it's all good for me. Yeah, JMK had celebrations like number 1 on his list. So can we ban him from all platforms?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the worst opinion I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's
everyone's entitled to an opinion, but his is now.
Yeah. Everyone but JMK is entitled to an opinion. Sorry, this is the internet. We make it sound like you're allowed opinions, but only if they're our opinions. Nice.
Keep touting him out.
My bad, I humbly apologise. I bought a 2K box of heroes for when my family come around for Christmas. Now my brother has COVID and my nan's in hospital. I was going to say result, but your nan's in hospital, so I realised what I was saying result too then. So not that bit shit, but, you know, cloud silver lining. You've got all of that sweetness.
Absolutely. I mean,
yourself.
if you need somewhere to go for Christmas, then you are more than welcome to come round to mine. Caveat.
As long as you bring the sweets.
Bring the sweets. Bring the chocolate with you, and you are more than welcome through my front door anytime.
Was going to say win-win for you, Swoosh, but I hope they're okay. Tino saying, now just doing the same thing. Oh, actually, your nan's in hospital. Probably not the greatest result, but yeah.
Tino just said, my mic's off now. Like, what the fuck is going wrong with this?
Fuck's
Like, he just
honestly,
himself
he's
off.
given up for Christmas already. God damn it. My mother for years bought me orange and lemon jellies. Orange and lemon jellies?
I'm not sure about that. Like gummy bears?
As in like little sweetie bits? To be fair, I bought some, like a little tub of... They look like, they're called lemon slices. It's like sweets covered in like little bits of sugar or whatever, decorate to look like a little small piece of sliced lemon to put on a cake that me and Danielle's birthday cake last year. She wanted donuts, so I bought like fucking a bajillion Krispy Kreme donuts, made a stack and then put little bits on it.
Yeah.
These little lemony slice things. I'll take a picture when I'm at home of what they are. Fuck me. They're incredible. I'm not the biggest lemon fan in the world. I like what's that lemon drizzle cake?
Yeah,
like get a good piece of lemon.
Costco, unreal.
Oh, yeah, but like it's got to be moist and shit. So I love it if all the caveats are right. Anyway, these sweets, I thought I'll have one of them. Shit. Oh my god. Oh, it was like full on taste sensation. So yeah, I can't stand coffee flavoured chocolate. Get out, David. It's fine. Actually, that means more for me. Nice. I'll be in Manchester on the 27th.
Ooh, it's watch United. Are United playing on the 27th? Boxing Day is always a massive one, isn't it?
I've lost all time. I think it is Boxing, or is it 27th? It might be. I thought it was Boxing Day because I had my eyes on tickets and stuff, but no, but I can't actually remember. I love a good fruit jelly sweet. Yeah, that's the one. Look like lemon orange slices coated in sugar. Exactly, that's the one for it. I get it. Yeah. Forest at OT. Oh, is it on the 27th? Well, there you go. I thought it was Boxing Day, unless that was me just generally looking like maybe I'm just doing that thing where any game over Christmas is Boxing Day.
Yeah. Well, Amazon have got it this year, haven't they? So I bet they just split out the
calendar.
Yeah.
It might have actually been Boxing Day at the start of the season. Maybe, I don't know.
8 p.m. kickoff. Wow.
Well, if you've got any extra chocolates that you can't finish, just drop them off at Casa Della G. You've had my address before. Oh no, maybe you sent stuff here. I don't know. Long drive. Yeah, I bet. But it'd be worth it as you watch the mighty Forest of Nottingham get destroyed. So
At 8 p.m.
Nice.
It's a lot. I hope you're staying in Manchester.
Yeah, it's going to be a long old drive back. It's split into 2 days, 26, 27. It might have been scheduled in for 26 then, and then just shunted over for TV. On that bombshell, do you know what? This is the end of TV for us. Well, scheduled TV. We are no longer streaming on this channel ever again.
Until 2023.
Until 2023, next year. Nice. We're probably, there'll probably a stream pushed in here and there. We get some new games, some new consoles. Maybe I've finally set up my Xbox. Who knows?
You might as well have got that for your Christmas present, and rather than your birthday one.
Get fucking lurging. So yeah, we have no more. Well, do you know what? We've basically copied West. We realised that West's gone, do you know what? Fuck this streaming malarkey. Screw the people that subscribe to my channel to see more of the content and stuff. Make them waste their revenue. Oh, West's there. I didn't even realise he was in the chat. It's almost like I'd just seen him there. So we won't have any scheduled content until January. I'm not back in until the 9th. I probably will be streaming PUBG on the 7th, the Saturday. But it's Daniel's birthday and New Year and stuff like that. So we'll see how it is. But there will probably be streams. The best thing to do though is follow the channels, you get notified. But before any of that happens, sorry, you want to add this bit?
Well, usually this is a bit where I'd say, if you want to help shape the remaining shows, but what's the point? Because everywhere is going to be closed. So, I imagine VGC is probably not going to get that much game news or anything. But if you do see anything for our show that we end up coming back to, we're back in the office on the 3rd. But I think we'll just come back into so much stuff that's happened over Christmas that
it's probably
is
going to
highly
be the 9th.
unlikely. Yeah. So I think probably, like you say, the next scoop is probably going to be when you arrive back, maybe on the 9th or 10th. So yeah. So if you do see any video game news and stuff, but the account will still be tweeting stuff. Jesus Christ! Anybody else want to type exclamation mark socials while we're at it? The wall of text that's there, but I mean, in regards to the news and stuff, that's secondary. But obviously, from all of us and the people who aren't necessarily down here, like Tommy and Craig and Jimmy, the guys that you have been seeing on Ice Cream uploads on YouTube over the last couple of days, I'm going to speak on behalf of those and say that I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas. Oh my God, it's going on. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, and obviously do spend as much time as you can with your family over this Christmas period, because hopefully it's going to be a good one for everyone.
Yeah. West has just said he is a man of leisure, and what he means by that is he's a man that's perennially drunk, as we found out the other day.
Standard stuff.
When I had my full-on deep voice going on the other day, I did a pretty decent Captain Jack Sparrow, where is the rum impression the other day, and that was basically West.
That's him now for the next 11, 12 days?
Weeks.
Yeah.
11, 12 weeks. Just absolutely sozzled in his shed.
Absolutely.
Getting platinums. He doesn't realise he's that sozzled. He's only actually got the one platinum. It's just the same. He doesn't realise it's the same one.
His missus will just be shouting at the back door, he's ready. I'm not fucking hungry. He just don't give a fuck anymore. That's it.
Drunk West is American.
But yeah, if you guys that are not already in our Discord, do go and join it, because we will obviously be having a lot of community. I mean, I didn't ask Tito how his community FIFA night went the other day, but obviously the time that I'm able to get on with video games, I do want to be able to play with as many of you guys over the Christmas period, regardless of what game it is that we end up playing. So yeah, get in the Discord and we'll get some more community games getting scheduled in there.
Yeah. One thing, I mean, I've not mentioned this to Bib, although we have kind of mentioned it between ourselves, is obviously last year we did like a mod of the year sort of giveaway, where we only really had the one mod, so it was Tito, pretty much. This year we were thinking about that, but obviously December, busy old month, crappy rail strikes, the fact that we had that Bruno Fernandes event thing at the start of the month, so we had quite a lot of stuff ongoing. It's still me, right? Let's be honest. Well, we're not going to do that, because basically we don't want to give Tito prizes, because what has Tito ever done for us?
Absolutely nothing.
What has Tito ever done for us?
He's been fighting on that, by the way.
I have, yeah.
Right in your mouth.
I full-on farted on Tito. Genuinely farted on Tito before we started the stream. Nice. But yeah, we'll probably do it in January. Well, maybe We don't want to commit to anything because we have things that we're already committing to that we haven't told you about.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we might do some sort of community awardsy sort of stuff. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that. We'll do some pondering, and we'll see you next year. Nice. Wes talks a lot more when drunk. Is that possible? God damn, can't even shut him up. God damn, sit him in this chair and that's it. Gums are flapping. I had to get him out. Like, we had to get fucking Spiffy to shoot him to get him out of the seat.
Would you go outside and cook the food, please?
Can you get the fuck out? I need to sort out this Discord thing. You do, Swoosh. Get in there.
Yes, you do.
The No One mod, exactly. I even have No One merch. Ooh. Are you sitting on Tito's face? I am sitting on Tito's face.
Yeah, in fact, the next time that you'll be seeing an episode of The Scoop from me, you'll be seeing me drinking out of Tito's face.
Lulz. Nice. But yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful Christmas. I hope you'll get all of the things that you want. I hope you get happy drunk, just that little bit where you've not had too much, you don't get the headache in the morning, maybe a little bit of dry mouth, but a couple of brews sorts it out. I hope you get all of that, all of the meat sweats in a good way and all of the stuff. Have yourselves a beautiful Christmas. We will probably see you before we officially see you next year, but if we don't, we will officially see you next year. So have yourselves a merry little Christmas. And you too, babe.
Oh, you too, Graham.
Yeah, nice. And we will see you 2023 big, strong, loud and proud. We do have some cool stuff coming, by the way.
Yes, we do.
We're not telling you about it yet, but we do have some cool stuff.
It's very immediate, straight after New Year as well.
So, we hit the New Year. This is one of this. Oh, we'll just build into 2023. It's going to get fucking loud. So yeah, we will see you in 2023. But have yourselves a fantastic Christmas. Stay around for the raid. We're going to drop a raid as requested by Tito. We're going to drop in on OP3. But until next year, for the last time, babe, what have they got to do?
You got to stay frosty.